Welcome to the first video in a series I am creating all about ideas for sketchbooks. Initially, I wanted to do one big comprehensive sketchbook idea video, but I decided for a couple reasons that I actually want this to be a series that I can put out there as I go. So without further ado, here is episode 1 of ideas for what to do in your sketchbook when you're not sure what to do. Creating vignettes or thumbnails. Sometimes I think boundaries can actually help you be more creative, and working small can help take off the pressure. So drawing small outlines to work in can be a fun way to explore lots of different ideas. If you want, you can even draw a frame around your work when you're done, or you can just leave them simple. This was actually my warm-up exercise on this particular day, and I kind of wasn't trying very hard. I thought these were going to turn out bad, but I actually really ended up liking them when I was finished. So even with minimal effort, you might come up with something you like. These are also a good way to test out different compositions or different color combos. Then there's reverse coloring. As the name implies, reverse coloring is when you have the color down first and then add the lines. There are reverse coloring books you can buy, but you can also just slap some color down yourself, then decide where you want to put the lines later. I like to do this with watercolor. Then I take an ink pen to draw the lines. You really don't even have to follow the color, even though I kind of did here for the most part. Sometimes it looks cool to create a layered look by drawing something totally different over the color. Then you can also go for the monochromatic composition. Sometimes just using a single colored pencil instead of black or gray graphite can spice up your drawings quite a bit. I realize the green I'm using here isn't super dark, and I probably wouldn't do this with anything much lighter because I wanted it to have a fair range of values, but even this medium shade of green turned out all right. Anyway, I used a picture I took of some clematis flowers for reference, and I really like how this turned out. Again, I would recommend using a color that can give you some decent contrast on your paper, but then just continue as you would for any other pencil drawing. And speaking of that, using reference photos that you took yourself might seem pretty simple and fairly obvious to some, but it's something I know I have to remind myself that I can do. So take some pictures or find some of your favorites that you took and use those for your reference photos. I recently went to Botanica Wichita and took a ton of photos because I can never seem to take enough flower and plant photos. I just love them so much. So that's what I'm drawing here. This next one can be relaxing, but it can also be challenging if you want it to be, and that is creating a pattern. I think markers work well for this. Also, side note, one of these markers did go dry on me halfway through, but that's okay because I found something similar to that color, and it doesn't have to be perfect anyway. But just lay down some different elements and add more, or trace around them, build on that, color in the background. You can really try a lot of different things with this. Another sometimes overlooked exercise is drawing yourself. You can use a mirror or a photo or try doing both. Personally, I feel like every time I try this, the drawings come out kind of goofy, but I kind of really like it. If you're using a mirror, it's a way to sort of draw a model from real life, and the bonus is you'll always have access to that model. I mean, as long as you have a mirror. But if you've never done a self-portrait, I would recommend doing at least a couple. I plan on making more of these types of videos in the future, so if you enjoy this, please be sure to subscribe so you won't miss them. And once I do post those videos, I will link the playlist in the description here. Until then though, you might enjoy these videos here on the screen.